Hello and welcome back to Scratch Your Farm Models. So today's on Model Farm Week 32 Season 1. So there's a lot going on today, there's been some major changes, so let's get into it. So over here we've got the straw stacked up, some of this will definitely be getting sold. We've got the McHale straw shopper sat in there. And then you'll notice all the hay stacked differently. And that's because we got a friend in, he's got a 6125R front loader and he's got a different grab on it. So he's able to stack them that way. If you stack them that way with the spike, often the strings will ping off. And we had a couple of problems with the baler and not getting it quite tight enough, so we didn't bother. But he stacks like that. It doesn't matter if the strings really ping off when we get them down, because they're going straight in the feed. So it also gives us a lot more room, which is the main reason we did it. We've also got the quad down here, and with the quad we have a bit of a deal because we're not sure at all about getting the Class Scorpion because of the money. The dealership has sweetened the deal to do just a straight trade from this to a brand new one, as well as getting the telehandler. So we're thinking about that quite a lot. Then obviously we stacked it up in the shed better. We got a few hay there and one straw. And there's actually room for the scraper tractor now in between. It's a bit tight, and but there's still room to get in. As the year goes on and there's more room, it'll be easier. Got the flat grab and the spike, Jack's Land Rover, and then we got Lewis in the Kubota just going off on a topping contract just to clear a bit of field. It says subsidies field, so it's just set aside, and he's just topping it for the last time this year, and then that'll do for it. And then we got the log splitter and everything in there, the Richard's pickup. This was all still set up with Castle. The John Deere sat in there. It hasn't had too much work recently where we've been using the Class. A diesel tank. Then in here we got Richard getting the sower ready. So we just got the compressor there. Had a couple of problems with it, with the breather not working on it, and he's just cleaning out the seeder, making sure it's all running right, ready for seeding. We don't have a big seeder, but it's still enough to do what we have. Got all the trailers parked up. We had a problem with the Joskin in the Ram earlier in the week, but we fixed that now. We've got everything parked up in the sheds. The cone and pallet still there in the gator for moving the sheep. Then we've got the case maximum 150, just unloading the Yanmar. Bit of a rare sight. It's got the trenching bucket on it, and you'll see why that's the case in a minute. A couple of other buckets there. All the attachments and trailers and everything along down here. And then we've got the sheep set up. We've got the 3650 in here. Hedge cut in the back doesn't have a job this week, but we'll be back out soon. And then the coon baler, and there's a lot of room in here, obviously because the seed is out, and you'll see where the top is out. You also see where the Class Arian is in a bit. Micks tanker there, bale trailer, the collar, muck spreader. We've got a job lined up for this to do a bit of spreading for a small haul swell, so we will be doing that soon. And then we've got the silage bales, and then we've got a bunch of sheep hurdles delivered. I 3D print these. If you want to buy any, PM me and let me know. And they all clip together. So for example, they clip together like that. So if you want to buy any, PM me on Instagram and I can do you a load of them. So moving on, over here we've got the roller. The chain harrows are gone. You'll see where they are in a minute. And this field's ready for grazing again. Over here we've got Matt and the Sunny digger. So basically what we're doing is putting water lines in. So we've got water to that post, but the yard's so close to these other fields and we don't have water to them, it seems stupid. So we've got both the diggers here putting the water, digging the trenches, going to put water lines in, so we finally got some. And we've got Aaron in the Class Scorpion telehandler with a bucket, going to spread some muck. And then in front we have a Samson muck spreader. We've hired it in just to do this job, and it's got a Massey 7480 with Ian driving at the front, so it's quite a nice setup that. Then we've got all the cows out here on the track, and this field has come back quite well. On here, this field, this will be going back to grazing soon. We just got to leave it a little while for the muck to go back, settle into it. And over here we have got new tracks for the JCB 0860. we might possibly be changing this. We're not too sure, we probably won't, but it's getting on in years and it won't be long before major breakout. But at the same time, it is a good little machine and we're not too sure if we do want to get rid of it or not. But it depends if any others come up at a good price. But it all depends. It'll be staying for now at least. Then we've got the old tracks off there, and we've got Noah doing some work for once, and Connor trying to pull the track on. Got the forklift just helping them because it's quite heavy. And then we've got the John Deere 6820 on the NC stone cart, well, dump trailer. And they were hauling stone earlier in the week for the new yard, which we'll see in a minute. And then we've got the trailer with all the attachments on with the 806 so it also fits on there in the ramps. We've got the dumper, which has been sat around a bit lately, but it might be getting some work soon. And a bunch of attachments down there. Connor's Land Rover. And the cement mix is back as well. Timberwolf chipper. And the roller. And the pigs are in here again, which is good. And then that trailer's still sat there. It hasn't got any work yet, but it will get a good bit of use eventually. And then we've got everything in here. This field will probably be getting spread slurry on soon and then tilled up, and then this will probably get winter seed. So this is the new yard. Obviously it's where the house was, but it's just a better use of space. So we've got some boards there that are on a couple of pallets to stop them getting wet, which they've sold. We just sold them to someone. They're going to come and collect some. They're from the old fences. And then we've got the Class Arium parked up. This isn't really going to get used at all. It'll probably sit there for the rest of the winter. And we got the Wiedemann loader that we're still getting paid for the storage, and we brought it down here because there's more space. And we got the ride-on and stuff in there, the train harriers and the weight of the Arion. And the whole idea of this is just a bit of extra storage yard. Anything that's not really going to get used over the winter we'll bring down here. So we were thinking of bringing silage bales and stuff down here, but it just seems stupid because we're going to need to take them back up to the yard. So we brought the Arion down because the Arion's not really going to get much work over the winter, and we might possibly bring some mowers and bits down, but it all depends on how much room and how stuff works out. So let me know in the comments what other stuff you think we should bring down here. And this field's coming in well. This will get tilled up quite soon. And then we've got the silver gate here now instead of the black one. But Micks had a good bit going on. Micks actually had a job for the last weeks of doing a small bit of tree work. So he's got his case on the trailer with a load of logs in. He wants to get a trailer to go behind his Jeep. He's got the skid steer attachments there and some pallets still on the gate. So he just had a small job, so he's got a good bit of wood for that, and then he's going to cut that firewood. He's going to process it straight away, which is why he's about to unhitch the trailer there and get the processor out. The cement mixer obviously went back, and then he's got the cat skid steer and the dumper in there. And he's now got chickens, so the chickens were down at the house. We didn't really have the space for them, and also the time for them going out early and stuff, because we've got everything else in the cows to do. So Mick has bought them off us, and Ben, so they're supposed to be out in the field, but they broke out. He needs to get this fenced off a bit better. He didn't think they crossed the ditch, so he's just shooing them back out the way so we can move the tractor around a bit more. And there's a couple of them out in their run. And then he's got a load of split firewood there that he's seasoning because it's very green and wet on the inside. And then he's going to be cutting this up in the next week or two. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you want any 3D printed stuff, just PM me and I will get it to you. I also do scratch builds. So this is a scratch built log splitter, which is slightly weathered wheels, and this is going off to someone soon, and also a thumb there. But I will do anything you want, so just PM me and I'll see if I can do it. So thanks for watching, and see you again soon.